Let's jump into Echo 202 by exploring gatekeepers. A gatekeeper is an activity within a course that will prevent a student from moving forward in the course until they have successfully completed a prerequisite that you have set. You might use gatekeepers to require students to complete a pre-assessment before accessing the project entry event, require a group to submit their collaboration contract before starting the project, require students to read 2 articles with opposing views before posting their own view to a discussion board. These are just a few examples. Within Echo, there are 3 types of gatekeepers: completion gatekeeper, the prerequisite gatekeeper, and the course gatekeeper. All of these types of gatekeepers are set up within the settings of either a pre-existing or a new course item. Before we jump in, it's important to note that some of these advanced features may be turned off at your school domain level. If you don't see some of the items we discuss in your course, contact your Echo admin to have them turned on. Let's get started by getting into the settings of an activity. First, we'll explore completion gatekeepers. This method of creating a gatekeeper task can be found on the Advanced Activity Options card. Here you can enable the Student Must Complete the Activity Before Continuing to the Next One option. This will stop progress in a course until the activity is completed. What constitutes completed is set in the field above. Depending on the activity type, teachers can set the activity to be marked complete when the student opens the item for a set amount of time, the student marks the task complete, the student submits their work, the teacher scores the assignment, or the student receives a passing score on the assignment. It is important to note that gatekeeper tasks are hierarchical in relation to where they appear in the syllabus. This means that they prevent access to anything below the gatekeeper item until the requirements that make that item complete are met. So think strategically about where to place the item in your course to have the desired effect. Also, if you need to override a gatekeeper for any reason, you can use the Override Complete button on the activity's grading page. Once the teacher uses the override option, the task is considered complete and the student can move on to tasks below the gatekeeper. Now let's take a look at the prerequisite gatekeeper. Echo also allows gatekeepers to be set up in the opposite direction. These prevent access to an item until certain requirements are met. These options are found on the Visibility and Access card. Teachers can block access to an item until the student completes another activity, has mastered an objective, or until a specified date. For a more hands-on approach, teachers can require a password to access an item. This can allow teachers to decide when a student is ready to move on in the course. The final gatekeeper we will explore is the course gatekeeper. The setting for this is found on the Advanced Gradebook Options card. Because it is so impactful, we nicknamed this the mother of all gatekeepers. When enabled, the task is deemed so important that if the student doesn't receive a passing score on the task, they will not pass the entire course. If a student does not pass an assignment that has the course gatekeeper setting, the teacher will see a thumbs down icon in the gradebook next to the assignment name. The gradebook will also display a 0% for the entire course score. A final word about gatekeepers. Some might like to think about gatekeepers as a way to hold students accountable. We like to think about them a bit differently. If a teacher adds a gatekeeper task to their course, it should be in support of student learning. Teachers may need to provide extra support and scaffolding, allow multiple attempts to complete the task, and spend additional time with students who are struggling. Take some time now to think about how you might use gatekeeper tasks in your course to support student learning.